I remembered my password. I recovered from a life-threatening car crash. Whatever you guys want to believe. I'm back though, and that's what matters. Nah, but for real, if you remember my last video, you probably know that I've been going through it in my freshman year of college. Unfortunately, as you could also probably tell by the fact that I haven't uploaded shit in 3 months, I have terrible time management and waited only until I was finally done studying and taking all of my final exams to upload. Not just my homework, not just my midterms, but my whole ass final exams. I waited until I was completely finished with school just to come back and make another video. Am I using that for justification for my absence and my lack of time into putting... What am I talking about? Am I using that as a justification for my absence and lack of time put into my channel as of late? Yes and no, but I think that's a huge thing that college has taught me so far, at least as far as my first year. Nothing has tormented me worse than my lack of a solid schedule. And I mean for anything. Something that we forget when we're leaving high school and from our actual houses is the fact that our parents aren't going to be lurking at our doors every single morning to get out of bed for school. There is no bell telling us to go to the next class. There is no after school program that's set at the same time every day. And you're going to be tempted to be doing just about anything besides your work. You know what really sounds enticing right about now? That party that's about a 5-minute walk away. Going to the casino with your friends past midnight just to come back even broker. That 17th game of Clash Royale because you just can't be under a certain amount of trophies. The point is, there is so much temptation there, but there's also so many ways to get your fix while also being an A+ student. Am I that student? Hell nah. But I do know how to become one. I just figured it out little by little. And you know, now unfortunately it's a little too late to implement it in my freshman year because I'm done with it. And I can't go back in time to change up my study and free time management either. But I can tell you guys tips ahead of time, either before you start your freshman year or even just your next year of school, whichever level you may be at. I'd say the obvious first thing to do is to fix your sleep schedule. I don't think I gotta spend too much time on this one because I think we all know how to do this, and I don't need to tell y'all when to sleep. That's different for everyone. I'm not your mom. I know people were going to sleep at 11 and they were waking up at 6 in the morning, and there were also people sleeping at 6 in the morning and waking up at 1 p.m. Both of which were A students. Like, it really does not matter. As long as you find something that works for you while you still get your shit done at the end of the day, I mean, who cares, right? But if you're really gonna stay up that late for whatever reason, if it's a weekday or you got exams coming up, at least let it be productive and not because you're rotting. The rot epidemic here is just way too contagious for you to be implementing that as part of your sleep schedule. Second, stop comparing your time management to others. This goes hand in hand with the last thing I said. Everyone has their own methods, so don't try to fix yours in relation to someone else's. After a while, I started to realize that, and I would spend more time just concerned about how other people were managing to get all their work done, rather than actually solving my own problems. As I'm dead ass, sitting in my chair, 5 pending assignments on screen, doom scrolling. Like, you know those people who spend time studying the best way to cheat on a test rather than actually studying on the test itself? It's just like that. Find the pace that works for you. Also, time is limited, bro. Stop rounding up your time. What do I mean by that? So, basically, let's say it's like 5:30 p.m. Stop telling yourself that you're gonna start doing whatever you gotta do at 6 p.m. Do it now. Because then you're gonna forget at 6 p.m. and then it's gonna be like 6:20. And then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, it's already 6:20. Might as well round up to 6:30 and do it then. Now, what did you do? You just wasted like an entire hour of your time and it's all gone. You can never get that time back. Next thing, when you want to be productive, find a space that you know you're best with being productive. Personally, I was never a fan of studying in public spaces because I hate the idea that, you know, there could be a group of people just staring and judging. Or, you know, what if I'm cold and I forgot to pack a sweater? Or like I ran out of snacks. Like, all those problems are solved when I'm in my room. I also just really hate hearing loud people. Just people like smacking their lips when they're eating snacks next to me. But that's just me. I'll be in my room too and I'll hear loud ass people outside and I'll feel the need to get up, open my window, and just stare at them, wanting to slap them. But again, a personal thing. You get my point. Find a space where you know you can lock in. Okay, random side note, and this is very off topic, but sometimes I hate the term quote unquote lock in. Not because I think the phrase itself is cringe, because I mean I say it a shit ton too, but I feel like it's just NPC dialogue at this point. Like, I don't know if this is just a UCLA thing or maybe just a thing for college students in general, but every single conversation that I have with people just sounds so surface level, especially if it's about classes or academics. It's always a cycle of, yeah, I'm so cooked. Nah, I'm locked in. Nah, I'm so cooked. I need to lock in. Like, y'all gotta find something else to talk about. I do not care that you could have got an A because you were quote unquote cooked and you got an A-. You're not relatable, you're not funny, you're not interesting. I almost feel lucky to have been able to make meaningful connections to people beyond the quote-unquote lock in and cooked phase. Maybe it's because I'm a STEM major. If that's what you're coming for, familiarize yourself with that, I guess. It'll get you through any conversation. Anyways, take your necessary breaks and make them real breaks. If you're gonna get food, don't eat and do homework. Put that YouTube documentary on. If you're gonna go for a walk, don't even think about listening to an audio recording of your lecture. Why are we mushing our breaks and our productivity together? Do you hate yourself? Then you end up feeling like you never get a break, and then you get all depressed, and then you start telling people stupid shit like, oh, I'm so cooked, bro. I need to lock in. It's not stoop low to that point. Anything's better, I promise you. You know when people say to work hard and party harder? It really is a thing, and it really does work. When you let loose, and I mean just really let that shit hang all the way out. I mean, just be a complete animal for a night, and the next time you gotta do your work, you might not have the same itch to go out compared to if you never went out in the first place. Like imagine spending an entire quarter doing absolutely nothing, and then watching people have the time of their lives just because you think your work is more important. Well, the reality is, you're right and you're wrong. Your work is the most important thing, and it's more important than dicking around for a night, and you'll probably do well in your exam in the week. And those people probably manage their time better than you if you're concerned about what they're doing past midnight. Let's be honest, most of those people probably put in hours of work before allowing themselves to breathe fresh outdoor air. You're just seeing them out of their cage. Maybe this is a full circle moment for me. I feel like in the beginning of my year, I was way too judgmental and compared myself to others far too much. You gotta realize that we all live life differently, and college is just what you make of it at the end of the day. Time really isn't infinite, and it doesn't matter what you're studying, you can manage it, and you could seem to be out every single night if you want to. You can get an A in your class and be an alcoholic. Not saying that you should be at all. You know, I'm not endorsing that, but this is a place of endless possibilities. Make your dreams come true. But yeah, man, those are probably the most valuable things in terms of time management. Sleep well at whatever time suits your routine best, not at the time that people tell you should. You're not Ashton Hall, but I mean, you could be if you wanted to. Everyone's different, and stop wasting time being concerned about how other people manage their time. Your work isn't gonna do itself, buddy. It's either that or a job application at the nearest fast food shop. Next, stop rounding up your time. This is basically another way of saying to stop procrastinating, but I feel this tip works better when we really address the root of the problem. Work in a space that you're the most comfortable and where there are less things to think about aside from your work. Again, this is different for everyone. Make your breaks real breaks. Make your non-study time an absolute tomfoolery fest. And finally, we do not want to hear how cooked you are. Think of another way to start a conversation, or don't even start one at all. Everyone will like you more, I promise you. Alright, yo. I hope my absence wasn't too long where I fall off before I even come up, because that would be tragic. But I'm so glad to be here. See you.